Hey San Antonio, I'm Tim Handren, CEO of Santikos Entertainment. Wanted to give you a message about what's going on with the theaters. I'm sure you saw the news from the governor this past Monday that he's allowing restaurants, retail operations, and theaters to open up starting this coming Monday. We were expecting a message like that from the governor, and we had been working on plans for how we will reopen when it was allowed that we could reopen, and we wanted to make sure that we had all the right protocols in place that would ensure we have a safe environment, first for our employees, and then second for you, our guests. When the governor made that announcement on Monday, we began working on our phase one plan that we had put in place. As of this coming Friday, our theaters will have been closed for 43 days. We've had our employees on furlough, and we are looking forward to getting back to work, but we want to make sure we do it in a very responsible, very safe way. As we laid out all the protocols that we'll follow, we will be following not only the governor's standards for how a theater should operate, but we're going beyond that. We were part of the National Association of Theater Owners group that defined how to reopen safely, and we helped define the standards that have been sent out to all the theaters across America. We believe very strongly in taking care of our employees and our guests, and so we are following, we believe, the best guidelines that we can to open safely. But we didn't want to just open and say, hey, let's go open all our theaters. We actually engaged our employees. And we asked them, are you comfortable coming back to Santikos to work? And here's all the protocols we're going to put in place. So we didn't make this mandatory. And we asked them, if you don't want to come, then we won't open. As we went through a series of phone calls over the last 24 to 36 hours, our employees have resoundingly said, we want to come back to work. We feel like you've always taken care of us. We feel like you've always kept it safe, sanitary, and we know that we want to take care of our guests. So based on our employees' decision to help us decide to reopen, we are going to reopen starting this coming Saturday. So starting on Saturday, we're going to open up the Palladium, Casablanca, and the Cibolo theaters. Now, some of the protocols that we're putting in place are really important. In the governor's directions, we will have absolute social distancing guidelines in all of the common areas, certainly in our lobby. Much like you've seen in the Home Depots, the Walmarts, the H-E-Bs of the world, we'll have spacing established for where you come in and you queue, whether you're getting concessions or you're getting your ticket. That's to make sure we maintain that 6-foot social distancing. Our employees will absolutely be wearing masks and other personal protective equipment. We're going to minimize touch points. We don't want you to have to be touching various objects around that you used to, so we're going to have as many of the doors open so you don't even have to touch the doors. Unfortunately, our arcade games will not be in operation. We feel like it would be too difficult to try to keep those sanitized for the number of people that might touch those. So for now, we're not going to have those open. And as you go in through the concessions, we're going to limit the number of things that you can get. Where we had before what we call the grab and go, where we had all the candies that you could buy and other drinks, we're going to shut those down. We don't want people touching those. We'd rather you talk to an employee and we will take care of your drink needs and your food needs. We'll have a limited menu. We'll have that great Santikos popcorn. We'll have hot dogs, we'll have pizza, and we'll have nachos, but we're going to limit the menu so that we don't have as many food items that we have to prepare and touch. Again, all for our guests' safety and our employees' safety. Beyond that, we won't be taking cash on a transaction basis. But if all you have is cash when you come to our theater, we'll have a single line where you can go and get a gift card. You'll exchange your cash for a gift card that in essence operates much like a credit card. And then you can go and transact throughout the rest of the theater. Again, we're trying to minimize the number of touch points where you could be interacting with touching things that we don't need you touching, or our employees. Again, safety first, and we believe we're being extremely responsible in terms of how we can open. We also think that psychologically, we just need to get out of our houses and go to a place where we can enjoy a great movie and enjoy some great popcorn and just go somewhere else and be with our family and escape this reality that we had that this COVID-19 pandemic has created in our lives. It's a safe place to go. When you're in our theaters, you will not be within 6 feet of anybody. You can take your mask off and relax. Just breathe in some great buttery popcorn smells, watch a great movie, and just enjoy some time with your family. That's why we're doing this. We're not doing this to make money, frankly. In fact, we won't be making any money. We will be employing some of our employees. We're giving them their jobs back. We're giving you a place to go that's safe, that is extremely hygiene sensitive, and that you can escape again. You can escape this reality that we've all been living in for the last 6 or 7 weeks. Listen, we think we're doing all the right things. If you feel uncomfortable getting out in the public, that's okay. We're not trying to do this and say you need to come here. We're giving people an option. And we think that we're going to do it in a way that is far more responsible than others are doing, perhaps. It's certainly going to be safer than going to the grocery store because there's not going to be as many people that you're interacting with. There's not as many things that you can touch. And the grocery stores have been operating just fine for the last several weeks. And one of the great things about Santikos is we are your theater company, San Antonio. Why do I say that? Because we're owned by the San Antonio Area Foundation. When the original owner, John L. Santikos, died, he left this theater business in the hands of the Area Foundation to continue to operate, so you have a great place to go, and 100% of the profits of our operation go right to the San Antonio Area Foundation. Those are in turn reinvested in our community, and that's just one more reason why we're excited to get back in business, is we get to fulfill the original vision of what John L. Santikos intended. He wanted all of the profits from this business to go right back to the Area Foundation to be reinvested in this community. We are San Antonio's theater for that reason. We are the only theater company like this in America, and we're going to do what's right for our community at all times. We look forward to seeing you at Santikos starting this Saturday. Look online for our show times. And again, it's reserved seating, and we only have certain seats you can get to ensure that social distancing. But know that we're going to do it exactly the way that we think is safest, and you'll enjoy your experience and you'll have a safe place to go. Thanks, San Antonio. We'll see you at the movies.